you probably have a high EQ. You have high emotional intelligence. You're not creating problems for yourself and everyone around you. You have a good handle on how to control your emotions and how to positively influence the people around you. But it can feel exhausting because while you're handling yourself, things are blowing up around you and you feel the burden of wanting to create harmony and efficiency and productivity. Well, I have a few tips for you so that you can improve the lives, the experiences of the people around you and influence them, and maybe you can help them raise their EQ so they too can be more productive and have higher performance in their work. The first suggestion that I have for you is give them space so that you can determine what it is that is important to them. Why are they doing what they're doing? They obviously think that the present situation is going to preclude them from having or experiencing something that they really want. And if you have the influence, you can take steps to ask them more questions, make sure you understand what's important to them, and then speak to their priorities. Say, here's how you can have what you want and still do the things that are needed. Another thing that you can do is ask permission to solve their problem. So you would say, hey, I see that you're really frustrated right now. I have a couple ideas. Can I help you? And by asking permission, you redirect their sense that they are battling with the world and they start to feel like they have allies. When you feel like you have allies, your EQ kind of rises. You start to feel like you can be a little bit objective. Don't encourage a person by being too sympathetic. So when they're angry, you don't fuel the fire by saying, yeah, this is a terrible organization, or that boss isn't thinking of you, or I'm bothered by that person too. Be silent about those things until they're in a place where they are objective. Otherwise, what you're going to be doing is encouraging them to go further than you would ever imagine. And you might be a little surprised by how what you said actually moved them in that direction. Now here's one thing that I want you to know. Do not distance yourself from these people completely. When you're in a position where you're around someone who's really struggling, it may feel like you don't want to get this low EQ flu. But as someone who is gifted with high EQ, make sure that you are there with the person. Just proximity and example can sometimes help a person raise their level of performance when it comes to how they handle themselves and others. Don't buy into their version of the process. They can make you upset if you don't stay objective and maintain your mood. Decide with intention that you are going to remain upbeat, caring and empathetic, but upbeat, because if you liked the situation, it's okay to continue to prefer that situation. Now, I think that self-evaluation, and this is my final point, is one of the best ways to teach someone about themselves. If they understand how their actions are impact difficulties, either creating difficulties for themselves or making it easier, then they'll have the motivation to start making some changes. It takes time. It takes time to create an environment where people can grow in their EQ, and it truly takes patience. If you can see the ultimate goal, which is to create an empowered workspace for you, an empowered situation, an empowered community, then all of the sacrifices that you make will pay off.